This is Pradeep Srivastava. Welcome to my channel. See, I have been, posting good number of videos on sales because I felt, my whole life has been, into the business development, sales and marketing, and I should keep sharing my wisdom and learnings, whatever I have, to the younger generation now, so that they can benefit from it, benefit from the content. So, what I'm going to talk about is a very interesting person who is known for a book called The Art of War, right? And the gentleman, the Chinese scholar, he was a Chinese general called Sun Tzu. So this Chinese general Sun Tzu was the person who wrote the book called The Art of War, right? It's a very small book, and I recommend every salesperson or rather every professional to read it because it is something like very very interesting and very very helpful in your professional career, right? So what I'm going to cover today is that what are the 10 Sun Tzu laws, right, in relation to sales, which is going to help you in your sales career. So this is going to be very interesting, guys. Please do watch the video till the end and do like, share, and comment. I would be very happy if I can get your feedback. Yeah, let's start. Let's give you an example. Where, I was working in one company where we had a sales conference in Mumbai, where it was a full, 2 to 3 day sales conference, which was where all the senior managers were called for sales training. And I remember in that sales training, there was a small book presented to us, which was gifted to us rather by our managing director, and the book's name was The Art of War. It was such a small book, and I'm talking about 25 years before, yeah. And the book was written by a gentleman called Sun Tzu. So Sun Tzu has been famous since then, and he is still relevant, and people like to read him, read his book, and also follow the principles what he said. So Sun Tzu was a Chinese general. He became globally respected because he preached strategy over strength. What he said is strategy is more important than strength, right? He believed victories are won before the first strike is made, right? See, it's a very important thing. Try to understand the gravity of the statement, right? So he believed victories are won before the first strike is made. He emphasized understanding people, understanding psychology, and doing a hell amount of preparation before the war, right? And that's why his book is taught in the MBA programs, military academies, and even leadership seminars today. Like I gave you an example just now. So the truth is, sales is not about pushing harder, right? Though that is what we all understand, right? But it is about being smarter, right? And so let's see the Sun Tzu's wisdom in terms of the 10 sales laws, which you can apply immediately. So that's what I'm going to talk about. It's going to be extremely, extremely interesting. Please do watch till the end. And if possible, I'm talking about the younger generation of today. If possible, go through this video a couple of times to understand each and every point and follow them as a daily practice in your daily life, in your daily professional life. That first law of sales, that's what Sun Tzu. What he says is all deals are won before they are fought, right? In fact, if you see one of my videos which is on beliefs, I speak the same thing what he's talking about here, right? He says it's the decision before competitors even enter the room, right? That is a part of this, and it says the best salespeople shape the requirements early. So this is the number one law, which is all deals are won before they are fought, right? The second sales law Sun Tzu is know your enemy's weakness better than they do, right? And in fact, this also we were taught in a couple of sales training that you have to be thorough in terms of the weaknesses of the competitors, and that's where probably it gives you an edge when you're speaking and when you're influencing the customer. So, what does this law say? This law says, study your competitor, then use questions that highlight their flaws again, like poor service or slow delivery or whatever, right? Damages, for example. So probably during your conversation as a salesperson, if you highlight the flaws which a competitor has, it may make this customer open up, the prospect open up and share you the details so that you can give a better solution and win over it. So that's the second law, guys, that know your enemy's weakness know your enemy's weakness better than they do. Right? Let's come to the third one. The third law is attack where they are unprepared. See, very, very important. And please understand the gravity of each and every statement. Attack where they are unprepared. Right? In fact, if I have to correlate with the Operation Sindhu, which happened recently between India and Pakistan, India did the same thing, right? So time your approach. So what a salesperson needs to do, they need to time their approach at renewal dates or during pain points when customers are most vulnerable to change, right? So you should be, eyeing for these kind of opportunities and hit at the right time, iron where it is hot, right? The fourth sales law by Sun Tzu is victorious warriors win first, then they go to the war. We repeat the fourth law again. The fourth Sun Tzu law says victorious warriors win first, then go to war. Don't, this essentially means that don't chase every deal, right? Qualify hard. Only, 5 battles you can win. So if you have a couple of leads and a couple of prospects, it is not necessary that you need to win each and every prospect or convert each and every prospect. Qualify them as per your interest, as per your capability, as per your solution, as per your product, and then that's what it means, right? So I covered about four of them, four of the say sales laws. Let me go to the others. Sun Tzu says that let them believe the solution was their idea. So it's a very interesting statement. That when you're probably speaking to prospect and when you're talking to them and there's a conversation going on, you rather have to do things in such a manner that the prospect thinks that that is what the idea what he was trying to speak about or he was speaking directly or indirectly. Because the prospects or the customers they have big ego, right? So you have to play things very carefully, right? So which essentially means for the sales people that you have to guide the prospects with Socratic questions until they articulate the need for your solution, right? So you have to your probing or your conversation has to be in such a manner that you put up these Socratic questions, until they ultimately articulate the need of your solution, right? So that's very important. Let's go to the sixth sales law. Of the supreme art is to subdue without fighting, right? So please listen to this very carefully. The supreme art is to subdue without fighting. So what it essentially means is you have to reframe the buying criteria so that competitors become irrelevant, right? Win without a fight. You don't have to argue hard. You don't have to be aggressive. Rather, put your things in such a manner that buying criteria makes the competitor look, irrelevant, and the customer is ready to buy your product or service. Yeah, that's what this means. Let me move on. The seventh Sun Tzu sales law is opportunity multiplies as they are seized. Right? Opportunities multiply as they are seized. So, what you need to do as a salesperson is deliver big on the first deal, right? You have to deliver big on the first deal. A pilot success can expand into the company's wide rollout. For example, if somebody has given you a trial work, right? A pilot work, do it excellently and delight the customer. And once the customer is delighted, he will probably give you all the business, yeah? Irrespective of price, irrespective of deliverables, irrespective of the terms and conditions on which you want to probably have an agreement. So it is very important that we look the law as opportunity multiply as they are seized, right? That is what is first. Now the eighth one. Very important. This is again a very important strategy and sales law by Sun Tzu. What he says is be extremely subtle. Even to the point of being formlessness, right? Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. What does it mean? Don't pitch, right? Consult, right? Make your conversation feel like a problem solving, not selling. See, that is where the biggest problem is. Most of the sales people, once they get into the customer's face for the prospect, they start selling. You don't have to sell, guys. You have to speak in such a manner that you look like a consultant, you look like a problem solver. And once you do that, the conversation becomes, important for both the parties, and it goes a long way. And that is how you're going to get right? So now let me come to the ninth one. Ninth one is also very, very important when you talk about strategy, when you talk about law, when you talk about sales, right? And this is what it says. Two law says: map all escape routes, right? You have to essentially ensure that identify what you, as a salesman, what you need to do is identify who can block the deal, right? And address their objections before they are surfaced. right? So you should know your homework should be so strong that you are able to map all these routes, right? And the last one by Sun Tzu is conquer the mind before the territory, right? So before conquering the territory, it is very important to conquer your mind. Yeah, and that what does it mean for a salesman? Send insights, data, and value before asking for me, right? Pump in those informations and win their mind before you pitch. So if the customer is already half prepared to probably listen to you and make you as a partner, that's only possible if you're pumping in with the information, with the data, with the values, what your company can offer to them without even starting with it, right? And in today's social media, it's very easy to do all these things, right? Use this as a strategy. So I'm wrapping up this video. Uh, what Sun Tzu said is the victorious warriors wins first, then goes to war, right? Sales is the same, right? If you master these laws, you will not be fighting for deals, right? You will be guiding them naturally in those. So these 10 laws should be probably a part of your Bible. Yeah? It has to be, so sacrosanct to the principles and ethics that once you start mastering these strategies, winning deals will be left, right, center, and you don't have to chase them, right? And that is why please work on each and every law which I have stated in this video. So, a very interesting question. Which of these 10 laws is what you practice or follow, or you're already doing? Put it in the comment box. And don't forget liking, subscribing, and sharing this video to all your friends and colleagues in your fraternity. I'm sure you must have liked this video. Thank you. Namaste.